amazing last 4 drives for offense and defense. Great example of just kind of sticking together. As we talked about going into the game, there's going to be some moments where we dominate and some moments where they dominate and it gets sloppy. You just got to take care of the ball, and which we did, and be physical. And I think we showed physicality. They did too, and they played their butts off. They really did. I just recognize Coach Freeze and their team. They came in and they did a nice job. They played really, really well. And it was 21-10, and there's probably a lot of doubt on the outside, and maybe justifiably so. I don't know, but our guys, just thankful for our guys and their belief in one another and their fight. And we played our best ball when it mattered the most. Again, we had our last 4 drives: field goal, turnover on downs, touchdown, field goal, and for Auburn, our defense, field goal, interception, downs, and then I guess that's downs again there to end the game. So really got hot when it mattered the most. Great story of redemption, for Zach Schmidt. And we needed him every step of the way. Him nailing that. We're up by 3, and he hits that, go up by 6, and Auburn has no timeouts. And if they just need a field goal, everything changes in their play selection. And who knows? They still got to move the ball, and we got to give it up. I don't know if our guys would have allowed that to happen. I don't know, but it didn't matter because Zach was ready, and really thankful for his courage that he has shown. His could have easily just quit, wasn't on scholarship, and he's going to be incredibly successful in the business world. Was just named, semifinalist for the Campbell Award, and so it was really just a cool moment to celebrate him. And what a great example that is to all of us. Mike Hawkins being the first freshman, and I guess it's 100. What's that? True freshman. But winning his first start on the road, just kind of encapsulate everything into that one play on the 2-point play. What a heroic type play, and just again thankful for victory, from victory, thankful for the leaders on this team, and we got to get better. And there's a lot, and I didn't take that away. We just got the 4-1, and our guys recognize that. The bye week comes at a good time. We got a lot of guys that are banged up, and they just kept fighting. And but we got to get healthy and take on this next stretch. We'll have another bye week after that. So it's important that we get mentally and physically reset, emotionally, and get better. We got to utilize our very small window. We got to utilize it the right way. Luke Elzinga was fantastic again. And he flipped some fields. He was fantastic. And Kip Lewis, what a freaking play. Probably not talking in the same language had he not pick-sixed him there. So I love watching him play. One of his best qualities is he just loves to compete. And he plays with so much joy and happiness. Even when you're chewing him out, he's a happy guy. But a lot of fun, helping those guys celebrate some success. It was due.
Brent, you mentioned that play. What to you was the most impressive part of the play that Kip made there?
Again, he freed up a free hitter. It was his own blitz, and they're in an empty set, so it's his own blitz. And so getting his eyes back, he's got to draw the protection to help free up, an unblocked rusher. And so he did it. He did that part of it, which is incredibly important. Otherwise, they slide to the, unblocked guy. They block the unblocked guy, and then the force isn't the throw isn't forced, and he may not get it. So he was under pressure, and then he, what incredible. Well, he had the instincts to where to take it, and he wasn't going to get tackled. So What do you go, 60 plus yards? And what a play. What a play. So the fourth longest in OU history by a linebacker. So there's been some pretty good linebackers here. So Kip's one of the great ones.
Brent, Mike's ability to come in today, true freshman on the road, there were some ups and downs. How do you feel like he did handling the boys, especially late in the game?
Yeah, again, that's a pretty strong litmus test right there, right? What did y'all think when you drove into the place, right? Were they everywhere?
Yeah.
Everywhere, right? And this is a incredibly prideful, supportive fan base, hungry and edgy, kind of like Oklahoma's in every way. And so he went right into the Tiger's den, if you will, and was fearless. Certainly not perfect, but he did a really nice job of not taking, a bunch of sacks. What'd they have on sacks for the day?
2.
They had 2, and he got out a handful of more. And what a ball on the – we've been waiting dog years for an explosive play. We finally got one. And cool for JJ too, because he's had some hiccups here, like a lot of guys in the first part of the season. So great for him. And what a perfect ball. And they're playing man-to-man. And so, hey, man, we're just going to keep letting people do that to us. Is it just sit back, eat your popcorn, watch people keep doing the same thing until we make people do something different. And so what a great play that was as well. But again, ran for 70 yards. That was a really good defense. They're a really good defense. And they're very multiple. I wouldn't say they did a whole lot, but they did more than any other defense that we've seen up to this point, structurally and schematically. They got good players, especially their front. They're really good. And thought our offensive line did a lot of great things. And still got to get better, but thought they did a lot of really good things. They picked up a lot of protections, a lot of pressures and things of that nature. Twist did a really nice job.
After the touchdown run to open, you guys took a while to get going again. Did you have any signs, or did you see any facial expressions or communications that something was coming in the fourth quarter?
Just fight. Just fight. Nobody was hard to coach. No, there's no attitudes. Certainly no finger pointing. Taking hard coaching and corrections along the way, and talking about leaning on standards in the most pressure-filled moments, man. You got to lean on the standards of this program with your toughness, your effort, the execution, your leadership. And our guys did. They rose to the occasion. They kept just kind of hanging in there. It's 21-10. And when it went up, was it 21-7?
21-10.
21-10. But prior to that. But anyway, 14, okay. And but 21-10, we needed to find a way to get back in a rhythm on defense. The first drive of the second half, they go 6 plays and punt it, and then they come back and they have a really good similar type drive, 7 plays, 58 yards, not tackling, not fitting. They're running through us. Our coverage was just too loose. And then we got into a rhythm. And they attempted a field goal. They missed a field goal, right? They missed a field goal. Their third one. Is that the third? They had 3 misses.
Yeah, they had 2 back-to-back.
Yeah. And what just shameful. I mean, we're so fortunate, there. That's just undisciplined. That's the coaches, though. That's us. That's all it is. No excuse for that. So sometimes, man, you gotta get lucky. You gotta be, where things work in your favor, and we were due.
Brent, how much pride do you take in the fact that finally Oklahoma has a defense that late in games, Oklahoma's always had these offenses and it's just hold on and see if you can keep them from outscoring you. But now there's comfort with fans, with players, and so forth.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, again, the coach in me I always think about what, we didn't play very good, but we played amazing when we needed to. And so tells you that when you put it all together, even that 74, for all the warts or all the inexperience or whatever, we can still be a pretty good team when we play together and we play right at the right moments and complement each other, we got enough good players. And that's what, at the end of the day, that's what it tells me. And I'm proud of our guys. They've worked hard. They've invested a lot, incredibly deeply invested, in not in themselves as much as they are in what Oklahoma stands for on defense, and who we want to be, flipping the script and change the narrative and not be something that people make fun of and laugh at. And who doesn't like good, tough, physical, consistent, passionate defense? And it can be the heartbeat, of a locker room. And so they've shown a lot more of good than not through, again, the first 5 games. So, and again, those last 4 drives, man, they were outstanding. The goal line stand on the second drive of the game, that was just, man, you love it. It's 13 play, 75-yard drive, and through all the sloppiness and just moments where you just want to, hurt someone, right? I guess I got to say what I really wanted to do. Man, they found a way, and I don't know what 4th and like that, and we knocked them backwards, and so thankful for our guys.
Brent, when you got down, you outscored them 17-0 the last 14 minutes. All the things you've talked about, the way you played, what does that do for you just as a head coach, sort of knowing you're on the right track?
Yeah, I mean, it's affirmation for everybody that's invested, that you don't have to play perfect. You just keep fighting. You just keep hanging in there. At the right moments, you got to play well together. You got to figure it out, have each other's back, no matter what, good and bad. And, this program, the foundation is built on the little things. And, sometimes that doesn't sound sexy to people, but, man, it is. And the little things like believing in yourself, believing in one another, and fighting for each other. Like, that's got to mean something. And then, something that's bigger than yourself. And we talk about that a lot. And so how many people are counting on us? And so even if it's just for a moment, man, you bring so many people so much joy, not by just winning, but by how you play. And playing with the guts and toughness, it's incredibly easy to identify. You know it when you see it, and you know it when you don't. So, for me, I want victory for our players and our coaches and their families. I know, again, and there's things that are so much more important, all that. I get that. But, you literally do, and the wives do, the kids do, but you live and die in every moment. And so to see them through a lot of moments of overcoming, have victory, even if it's just for a few minutes till we get to the bye week and get started on what's next, and you can't put a price on that. It's invaluable.
Brent, talk about overcoming things.
Yeah.
Touchdown that was taken off the board. Your offense was able to overcome that. How big was that? And the penalties today, you guys are just uncharacteristic with the number of penalties.
Yeah, we were
today.
coming in today. We were number 1 in the conference in penalties in the SEC, and we did some things you can't do, and again, a couple false starts, and we had a hold, and it's at the point of attack. What I saw, I don't know, but we got to be better. We got to be better. We got to be more physical. We can't wait. For them to decide where they're going to be. We got to come out and we got to go strike people. Maybe we don't get a holding penalty there. You're defined by what you overcome, in life, not what you become. And our guys, that's one thing. And we've been talking about this since several months ago. This team is going to be identified of what we've had to overcome. And just, again, a great message to live by for this program. You can say next man up and all that. It's a little more complicated than that. And but it's affirmation of that too.
What got you back?
Yeah, like I said, there was that second drive we weren't. We were in the first drive, and then we came out. We looked like the defense I saw at the time. Like, who is this? Like, what is this? And it was just bad football. And I'm not taking anything away from Auburn. They did a nice job. And running back blocked hard. The line blocked. No, we got blocked. They blocked us way too much, and we missed point of attack tackles. And so we got to get better. I'm glad. I told the team I'm glad we get to do it. From victory. And I don't think guys were. But if you just lose just a little bit of an edge, if you don't respect every ounce of what the other team can do, if you just take just for a minute, you take one, two hands off the wheel and you get one hand, you're asking for it. This game's too hard. The other teams are too talented. They got too good of players, and that you can't cheat this game. And so whether or not that happened, or we just played bad at times, whatever that was, and we got to coach them better too. We got to coach them better, and but just again this. They did. Other than that, they got into a really excellent rhythm later, and some of that they got up 21-10. They got up 21-10, and so they're a little bit more, conservative. And I don't know. I'm not making excuses for them. I'm proud of our guys, but that might have led in. And at the end of the day, that's how we kind of got back in it.
Brent,
We got last question.
Brent, I think Barry was joking earlier that R. Mason nicknamed him Mr. Crunch Time. We've seen now this game, Tulane game. What makes him so good at the end of the games?
Well, he's got a very instinctive, explosive get off, natural, from a timing standpoint, and he's playing with a lot of confidence. Can really bend. He's got natural ability from a pass rush standpoint, how to create short corners. But it all starts by having a great get off. You need a great pass rusher. That's what it is. You got a great get off. I don't care about all your hands and all that. It's going to be, they'll never call you a great pass rusher. And so it starts with that. And again, he's playing his best ball right now. And again, we've talked already about him being injured in the past and whatnot. But boy, that was huge. I was watching that last sack, and when the ball was snapped, I said, "We got him." And boy, it was good. And anyway, we finally got him in a position where he had to squeeze the ball, and that plays a part too. A good coverage leads to great pass rush, and so they were able to run the ball and keep us off balance for a good part of the game. Way too many drives, and they I don't know how many 2nd and 5s or 2nd and 6s we had, or 2nd and 2s. We were very inefficient on defense on 1st and 10 on the night. And something that we pride ourselves into getting into a great rhythm, and tonight wasn't it. But R. Mason was great.
Did he tip that interception? He got right in Thorne's face.
I can't say. I did not see
I
that.
didn't either, but the guys next to him said he did. So.
Yeah, he might have. There's several guys that were dropping off on that zone blitz.